Okay, welcome everyone to our market analysis call for May 3rd, 2017. And before we get started, just a quick disclaimer, this is for educational purposes only. Trading is a risky business, so please be careful with your money. And if you have questions about your individual investment needs, I recommend you talk to your investment advisor. So let's start off by taking a look at our news here. So we had RBA statement come out this morning. Nothing changed in terms of the interest rate there. PMI numbers for the British pound came in positive, so we have seen British pound, it's holding the highs, and the New Zealand dollar here. New Zealand dollar here, we got positive numbers, and also for GDT price index, dairy prices came in positive. Last time it was 3.1, this time 3.6%. So that was positive. Employment numbers were positive. So all of this is positive for a New Zealand dollar. Okay, so in terms of news, so tomorrow is a big day for US dollar, but starting off in the morning, we have construction PMI numbers for the British pound, which will be important, very, very important. We have ADP non-farm employment change, ISM non-manufacturing numbers, and on top of that, going into 2 p.m. is our FOMC statement. So again, we are not expecting an interest rate hike. However, what the bank has to say, Fed says tomorrow, will be very important, because really what the market is looking for is direction on when the next interest rate hike will be. At this point, we are seeing a lot of negative data come out for the US dollar. So the outlook is not quite as positive as it was when they did the previous interest rate hike. So again, the most important thing that the market will be looking for would be the timing of the next interest rate hike. So if we see any kind of verbiage in the FOMC statement where they're not sure yet, where they talk about they haven't made a decision, or they are going to wait on the data, that type of stuff basically will mean that the market is not going to expect another rate hike at the time of next statement. And as a result, market will be kind of taking that in, and it will be US dollar negative. So that's what we need to keep in mind. That's the biggest thing. So a lot of data for the US dollar tomorrow. So we may want to steer clear of the US dollar. And going into Asian session here, we have trade balance number for Aussie, and we have RBA Governor Lau speaking. So both of those will be important for Australian dollar there. But overall, as things stand right now, US dollar is not looking so positive, because the closer we get to FOMC, I think market is already factoring in that there won't be a lot of, that the Fed won't be able to raise interest rate very quickly because of the data that we have been getting. Okay, so let's start off with Euro US dollar. Based on the daily close here, this is bullish. So at this point, we are looking for another move to the upside. The important resistance here would be a 109.50 level. So this is important. So this is the first target where we're looking for price to go up to. If the price goes up here, we need to see a clear break of this. So we're looking for price to go up to this level, a clear break, then a pullback, and then another move to the upside. But the target would be 110 to the upside here. That's what we are looking for. If the price, for some reason, does not want to do that, sometimes what happens is when we have important news like FOMC coming out, market tends to go range bound. And other times we'll see that it takes off in the in whatever the expectation is. So at this point, it does not look likely that there will be an interest rate hike this time or the next time. So as a result of that, market will start factoring that in, and then we may see a run-off market leading up to FOMC. So those are the two possibilities. So if we do not see a clear break of 109.50, then we could get a move like that. In that case, we are going to trade this as a range-bound market. So currently, Euro US dollar is in a range. It's been sitting in this range for entire last week. And because there's French elections coming up, we could see this stay in the range. So be careful with that. And if you take a look at our volume here, very small volume. Today was higher compared to Monday, but still, it's still not as large as some of these volumes up here. So we have to be careful. We're looking at range bound, and here, this is where we're looking at a break. If it breaks, then we'll go long on this. Otherwise, we are going to trade this as range bound. Okay, that's euro. Let's take a look at pound. Pound has been bullish. So that was a very bullish close. We saw that it did come into this 128.60 area, but these are the pins. So this is the level that we drew yesterday. It came into that, but then bounced off of that. So closed very bullish. It is holding up high right now, 29.42. And the first resistance level, again, will be this one up here, which is about 10, 20 pips away. And then once we see a break of that level, we are looking for another bullish move to the upside. So overall, we are bullish on this pair, looking for something like this, a pullback and another move to the upside. The 130 level will be the first target, and then 131. So 131.20 level is very possible tomorrow or it's quite likely tomorrow because of Fed. But prior to that, this 30.50 level looks really good. This one right here, it is important support and resistance area, but the second target here will be 131.20. And if we take a look at 1 hour chart, as we can see, price came into here, and then since then has been moving up slowly. And the first target here is our R1 level, 129.63, which is our previous support and resistance level here. Once it breaks through, then we are looking for that level up there, but 30.50 will be the first target, and then 31.20. So right now it looks quite bullish. It's just been moving to the upside. Okay, dollar CAD here. Dollar CAD has been bullish, and mainly not because of dollar strength, mainly because of Canadian dollar weakness. Canadian dollar has been very weak lately. Several reasons. We saw the tariffs that got put on lumber imports into the US. And then also oil has not been doing so well. President Trump has been talking about getting rid of NAFTA, which will not be good for Canadian economy because US is a big trade partner. So all of that at this point is weighing down on the Canadian dollar. So this was the first area, 136.00, and now it has crossed that into 137.00. The next target here is 138. This is where it's coming from, these pins right here. So 138 will be the next target, and above that we have this right here. So this one, so 38.50. So 3800 first target, 38.50 is the second target. We are bullish on this, but I would say exercise caution, because even though Canadian dollar is weak, tomorrow, as a result of FOMC, we could see this pullback, and that would be due to US dollar weakness if FOMC comes out negative. Or if the market views FOMC as negative, that will be negative for US dollar. As a result, we could see a negative impact on dollar CAD, even though it is quite bullish at the moment. However, we could see a negative impact on that, which means we could see a pullback. So in terms of pullback, we are looking at this 136.20 level for a pullback, which is this pin, the bottom here. So if you do get a pullback, that would be the level I would be watching, or 136.00. level, this one. But overall, we are still bullish on this, but I would say be cautious when trading dollar CAD tomorrow. So Canadian dollar can be traded against other currencies tomorrow, but dollar CAD itself, I am expecting a move to the upside, but with FOMC, that FOMC itself creates extra risk, or adds extra risk to this. So in terms of the target here, this is our target, 13800, so which is very close to our R2 level. So that will be the target to the upside. And as we discussed, we could see a pullback into 13620 or 13600 if FOMC does not go too well for the US dollar. And then we have Aussie here. Aussie had an interesting close. We did see it pull back and then a move to the upside, and a basically very neutral candle. This is, even though it's green candle, it still looks neutral because we have a small body in the middle and long wicks to either side. Now, again, if we start seeing US dollar weaken going into FOMC or after FOMC, we could see this take off to the upside. So the first important thing will be to get out of this level. So 75.50 will be the first level that this needs to break. So once we see a break of 75.50, a pullback into that level, and then another move to the upside. So 7600 will be the target on this. And second option that we could see would be one of these. So we see price go up to 75.50 and then it comes back into the range. So that's second option. However, if, which is and quite likely is we see US dollar weakness going into FOMC, then we are likely to see this push up. So now we are into this resistance, which was a nice pin up here, and we could see this move up into 7600. So watch out for that. Or if it doesn't break 75.50, then it could go back into the range. So this is where we are. It came, and this is our level that we had put on from yesterday. So it came all the way back down, and now it has filled this move. So this move is all done now. It did come back, but it did not manage to get lower. So towards the end of the day, we saw it drift back up, and we saw that across all the dollar crosses. All the dollar crosses moved up higher, and that is really just setting up for FOMC tomorrow. So this just gives us the indication that going into FOMC, we may be looking at dollar weakness because market does not have high expectations of the Fed tomorrow. So overall, the candle is neutral, but 75.50 will be the decision point for us. Okay, we saw positive numbers come out for New Zealand dollar as a result. This big inefficient move here. Now it looks like it's wanting to fill the gap. We have a nice evening star candle here, and we may see it come fill the gap. So in that case, this is a good level. This is kind of where it took off. 69.40 level. So let's go to our daily chart. This is where we are. It broke above the 69.40 level. The candle close was very bullish. So New Zealand dollar had a better candle close, more of a bullish candle close than Aussie. See how this is? This has pins on both sides. However, this one here, we only have a small pin on the upside, and then price pushed up once the news came out. So this is this was a very bullish close. So hence we are going up. The next target is 69.80 level, which is this support and resistance level, and we are likely to see it push up higher. Prior to that, though, this is the level we'd be looking for our pullback to come to, 69.40 level. So the type of move that I would be looking for would be something like this. So price kind of trickles down here, holds this level, this previous support and resistance level, and then goes above back into, so the first target would be 69.80, which is our R3. Another option could be that price only goes as far as this support and resistance level, which is our R3 level, so 69.47. So a few pips from just a pullback, a little bit of a pullback, and then we move higher. So those are the two options. I would prefer a pullback into 69.40, back into testing this level here, and then a move to the upside. So 69.40 could be a buying opportunity, and the target would be 69.80 here. And then we're looking for, if FOMC comes out really bad, then we're looking for further move up, and this kind of looks like a good target in that case. So 70.20 will be the second target we'll keep in mind. So for now, we'll just leave it here. So just have two targets, so 69.93. So 69.80 will be the first one, then 70, and then 70.20. So those are some of the targets to the upside, but New Zealand dollar looks bullish based on the daily close. All right, so let's move on to, we are looking at pound yen here. Pound yen has closed above this previous high here, so this looks quite bullish. And we are looking, the daily close is quite bullish here. The price closed right into the top of the candle, so that looks very bullish. Next target here will be 146. So we have a bit of price move there. So 145.65, so approximately here, these pins here will be the first target, and above that we are looking into 14600 level. So let's pull it closer. So 145.80, let's put that as our first target. So if we take a look at our 1 hour chart, see how price is holding above this level. So 144.80 is just staying above. That looks quite bullish. It's broken through this level, and now it's holding the level. That means this is bullish and likely to move higher. So if we can squish, see if we can squish. Here we are. So this is the, so 145.40, and then we move higher into 145.80-ish level. So this pin will be the first target, and then here we are into 145.80, but looks like the way it's holding above, this looks quite bullish here, and looking for price move to the upside. So this is bullish. So we're looking at pound yen, bullish. Aussie dollar here. Aussie dollar is interesting. We are into this 120, 112.30 level. Okay, so dollar yen. Oh my God, what am I talking about? Dollar yen. So yen itself is not very strong at the moment, and as a result of that, we are seeing everything move up. However, dollar is not very strong either. So this is more of a tussle between the two, and because we have FOMC coming out tomorrow, this would be one of the more risky pairs to trade, because based on the candle close here, this shows rejection. The long wick to the upside shows rejection. That means this is not quite as strong. Even though yen is weak, so is dollar. So this is not very strong. Based on this rejection, we could see the price move lower. So in terms of our target, the first one, initial one, would be 111.13 area. So let's say 11100 even. So here we go, that's 111 even. So in this case, the type of move we are likely to see could be one of these. So it goes to test the high and then a drop back down. So watch out for that. And looking at it on the 1 hour chart, this is what we're expecting, another move to the upside and then a drop, or it could just stay below this previous 112 level. Or 112.08 and then drop further. But for whatever reason, if it does break this high, then we are looking for move to the upside. So we are looking into the 11300 area. So that will be the next target to the upside. But at this point, I'm not expecting a lot of strength in dollar yen. And looking for a bounce off of 112.30 level and looking for a move back into this range that we've been in for the last few days. Euro yen, let's take a look. Very bullish close for the day. We broke out of this previous pin here. Now we're looking for another bullish move to the upside, 112.80 level. This will be the target to the upside. So if we take a look at our levels here, it's broken above the 112.20, so we could see a pullback into this level, and if the level holds, we are looking for something like this, pull back and move up higher. So hold it, so it'll be important to see if this 112.20 area holds, and looking for another move to the upside. So this is bullish over here. So as we can see, oh, okay, good. Here we are, 122.20, so it's still holding above, and 122.85 will be the target. EURCAD here, very, very bullish. Big close above our previous high level that we had marked yesterday, and now we are looking for move to the upside. So 150.20 is the next target. So it's into 150, so not that far. It's into 149.95. So let's see if we can find other targets. 151.50, this level right there, that's another one. And prior to that though, 150.100, which is right here, this pin. So 150.100 will be the next target, but right now it looks quite bullish. If you take a look at 1 hour chart, it's broken above this previous 49.58 level, and now it's holding above. So looking at our 4 hour chart here, there we go. So see how price, so when I talk about pullbacks, this is what I am referring to. See how price broke above this level, it went high. See how this pin came back down and now looks like it's pushing up higher. That's what I'm talking about. So when I draw something like this, that's what I mean. So when the price breaks through a level, we generally see a pullback, and see how this, we have this pin to pin test here. This is something quite normal that you see price will break through, come back and test the same level from the opposite side, and then we move up higher. Fez, are you in this trade already? So this looks, overall though, this looks quite bullish, and 50.20 will be the first target here, and then we have 5100 as the target to the upside. And again, this one is probably a better one to trade than the dollar CAD, just because we have dollar news coming out tomorrow, which could create volatility in the market. This one looks quite bullish, though it's been bullish all this time. So let's take a closer look. Yeah, this is getting quite steep, so it looks bullish. And then Euro Aussie. With the euro, the problem with the euro this week is that we have French elections coming up. So anything with euro, we're not looking for big breakouts in the euro just because of elections. So there is political risk in euro at the moment. Okay, Euro Aussie here. We had a bearish candle, and then we got this pullback, and now we have a very neutral candle. So see these pins on both sides and a small body that makes the candle very neutral. And at this point, we are looking for the price, well, we'll have to see how this works out. So the first target would be this level here, 45.20. If the price stays below that, we are looking for price to drop. So this test will be very important, 45.28 area. And if it breaks above this level, then we're looking for a pullback and another move to the upside. So Aussie has not been as weak as Canadian dollar. So bear that in mind. And Aussie has in fact moved up. As we can see, it has been moving up. As a result of that, Euro Aussie is not as strong. So even though euro has been moving up, so has Australian dollar, and hence we see this neutral candle. So watch out for 45.30 or 28, and this will be the level that will be the deciding factor as to which way we trade. So we have to be open to trading both ways on this one. So in this case, we have either we could get this kind of a move, so price will go and test this support and resistance area, or we can see price do one of these. So we are looking for, we're looking to see what trade presents itself. So we are open to direction in this one, Euro Aussie. Aussie New Zealand here, oh wow, we did see quite a drop here. And it has now pushed back in. Oh, this drop was because of the positive New Zealand dollar news that came out. It came all the way down and now it has pushed up. So let's start off with the daily chart. Daily chart daily candle was bearish. This was the daily candle, but it has already moved. So the next target would have been this pin right here, or we could even go a little bit lower on this one, right into these pins right here. So 107.80-ish level approximately. So based on this, we are looking for a move to the downside, which we have already seen, and now it's pulling back. We may see this whole entire inefficiency get filled, so it could go all the way back up here. In this one, we are looking to see what the price does at 108.70 level. And this is a trade we could see. So price could go into this level and then reject this level to move lower. There could be a good trading opportunity here. As we can see here, this is an important support and resistance area. So resistance held and then it became support, and then price had trouble around this level again, dropped from here. So this is the level that we are watching again. So at the top here, I do have this head and shoulders formation marked, but this was from before we got into the US session. By the time we got into the US session, we were already down here. So this one was missed because we were not at our desks, but it was a good head and shoulders formation. So now we're looking for a pullback into this 108.70, and that will be the deciding factor. I'd be looking for something like this, a bounce off of 108.70. However, if for some reason Aussie becomes stronger, then we're looking for a break above, and we're looking for a move back into this level again. So keep that in mind. Again, important level would be 108.70. Another thing we could see would be reaction at the 108.50 level. So if we go to, let's take a look at the 5-minute. Okay, here we go. So this is where the point of release is for this. Price took off from here. This is where it dropped. So normally what happens is this inefficiency now has been filled, or it could get filled all the way up here. So we could see the price move up here. And if it holds below this 108.50 level, actually let's move this a little bit lower. See this 108.50 level? If the price comes up into this level, we could see a drop from here as well. Now that inefficiency will get filled by the time it gets here, we could see another move to the downside. And that in that case, the first target will be this level, 108.100. Or just slightly higher. So this will be the first target to the downside. But based on the daily candle here, this is a bearish candle. So we would have looked for a follow through, which we got already. And if the inefficiency level holds, then we are looking for another move to the downside. So that would be the level we'd be watching. So 108.50 and then 108.70 right here. Okay, New Zealand CAD. New Zealand CAD has been very, very bullish for the last 3 days or the last few days. This is where the rejection happened, and since then, positive. And yeah, so this is yesterday's candle. We have already seen a move to the upside. So definitely bullish. This was a very bullish candle close. See how it closed above this previous level that we were watching yesterday? We had marked on our chart. So yesterday we were bullish on this. Today again we are bullish on this. Next target is 95.68. This is the targets, or even slightly higher, right into there, so about 70. So yeah, so around that 95.70-ish area is where the target, where I'd be looking for this one. So as we can see here, big move to the price, went up, pulled back slightly, held the highs, went back up, held the highs, went back up again. And now this is where we are looking at. So in this case, what we may see is a pullback into this level right here, and then a move up higher. So 95.20. So we're looking for something like this, a bounce up higher. So 95.20 will be a good level to look for a potential long opportunity in this, in case we get that. So this is the inefficient move. If we get this inefficient move filled, so in that case, this is the level, 95.20. See this? This is the level we'd be looking for. It could come slightly lower right into this point where it took off from, but 95.20 looks good as well. So that's why we'll have to wait and see if it pushes up from there or if it pulls back deeper. But overall, this is bullish as well. And there was another one that, Fez, you said, AUDUSD. AUDUSD. Let me pull up the chart. AUDUSD, I would expect it to be bullish as well, just because it's just Canadian dollar. If New Zealand CAD is bullish, Aussie CAD is likely to be bullish as well. Basically, Canadian dollar is just getting killed. So let's take a look. Okay, so here we are. Let's take a look at the daily chart. Yeah, so this looks very bullish as well. We are right into these highs right here, and it looks like price is wanting to break higher. So here we have closed so look how this looks very similar to New Zealand dollar here as well. We had a very bullish close yesterday, so we were looking for another move higher. We got, for the last 3 days, yesterday was very bullish, so we're looking for a move higher. We got that, and now we are pushing up higher. Next target is the top of the pin here, 103, about 10400 essentially. That's where we are looking. We're at 10400 will be our target, but overall this looks very bullish as well. In terms of, looks like, so this one broke up here above the high, did a back test, and now it is looking bullish. So this could go higher. So the back test has already happened. And now we are just looking for a move up higher. So Canadian dollar just has disparity. So let's take a quick look at the oil, see what oil is doing. Here's oil. Look at the big move to the downside in oil. Oil has been, oh, this is what we should have sold a few days ago. It has just been one big move to the downside. We are coming into some support here though. So based on this one here, oil looks bearish at the moment. So in terms of oil, again, we could see a push up and then another drop, but then we are into our support level here. This support hasn't broken for, it's been a month since this support has been in place, so that will be important. At this point, this is bearish, quite a bearish close on the oil, and as a result, we could see a bearish. So the first potential level will be 148, oh sorry, not 148, 48.42. So we could see a bounce off of this level, or a bounce off of 48.69 level. So those will be the two levels to watch out. But overall, though, this looks bearish. So we could get a pullback higher, but either way, we are still bearish. So let's say we were to get a pullback into that level, that is still bearish. So that's 48.66. But then we're likely to see support come into play. So I'm not looking for like an immediate break of this level. But this has been, look at every day, it's been red candle, red candle, red candle, red candle, one indecision candle, pin bar, and this was a big pin bar here, but didn't quite close, just close as a doji, didn't quite close as bullish. And then we stood in this range, stayed in this range, then we dropped, and now we are still bearish. So we'll be bearish till the price gets into this 147.12 level, but it could pull back slightly and then drop. So if oil keeps dropping, dollar CAD is likely to continue dropping as well, or all the Canadian crosses, everything is basically bullish against the, sorry, dollar CAD would go up, so everything is bullish against Canadian dollar. Anything else that we need to look at, or any questions?